What do you want me to say? Something about your show?
I shit on myself in the womb.
Stop, Phil.
You fucking stink.
You know what? Fuck this.
Oh, because it's Hollingsworth, but it's worth less.
I don't want to hear about whatever you have to say.
The worthless of the week.
Yeah.
Hey, you just gonna sit up there the whole time?
That's the fucking Phil Fox scorpion. It's a move, man. You fucking dummy. Ugh. Then what the fuck? How is it racist? Black people.
Oh, God. Oh, shoot me now, dude. Just shoot me now.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the HollingsWorthless program. Yeah. As always, I'm one of your hosts, Big Irish J. Hollingsworth, and we have the three musketeers, the three men and a baby. Shout out to Miles. The Three's Company, no Mr. Furley. Just the three of us. Starting off with the Coco co-host, the Black Don Juan, the Black M&M, extra nuts, no Apple, all PC, Manuelus Rojas Martin Jr.
I just want to say I'm a little self-conscious right now. I feel like my camera is extra zoomed in, and so
I made mine bigger because yours was big.
Yeah, I'm like, what the hell is going on? I got to figure out how to zoom out.
Is this good? Are we all good? Hold on. Let me get the next person. Last but not least, we have the Seattle native, Chief Green Cloud, a.k.a. Haya Hatamaya Smoking, a.k.a. Sacagawea, a.k.a. Pata Hotmesk, a.k.a. Chief Spitting Bull, a.k.a. the Box Checker, Uncancelable, the Box Checker, Murderer, a.k.a. the I'm Not Racist, Joseph or Tyler. Don't call me Joseph Smith.
You stumbled on it. You stumbled on my intro, but glad to be back.
And let's give a shout out to everybody in here. Divine Equinox, K. Ioka. I can't get to the 1,000 other people in the chat, so we'll just start with those two right now.
There you go.
No Mechanable today. Sean has a
So
meeting.
disrespectful.
Yeah, I know. He let us know. And also we'll have to end this at about 45, 50-ish because I'm at the cellar tonight. But we have a good podcast set for you today. A lot of great topics. I titled this that we were gonna. What up, Sanders? I was gonna have Sean tell his story about the Tommy Lee, Pamela Anderson. That's her name, right?
Yeah. Wait.
Yeah, their sex tape. He's got a crazy story about that, but that'll have to be for next week. Tune in. First, actually,
he was the camera guy, right?
Yeah, he was the fluffer just for Tommy. I want to we should give a shout out. That's the wrong term. You know what I'm saying about Jack Knight.
Yeah, man. Super.
Yeah.
Just
Shout out to Jack Knight.
Yeah. Jesus.
Fucking Tyler. So Jack Knight is a comic from Seattle. I think I met him. Jack Knight passed away at 28. And apparently it was suicide. I don't know all the details, but I didn't know him really well. I met him. I think the first time I met him was at the Parlor. I think he was up doing a guest spot. I think it might have been on an Adam Ray show, maybe.
Yeah, I felt like maybe Adam Ray or like. Yeah, it had to be Adam Ray. I know that he he was the feature for Bobby Lee at one point when he came up, and then I think he knew Quincy from like way back. But he was. I remember him telling me kind of his like claim to fame story in the very beginning. Like I met him when he was brand new, and I guess Chappelle, him and another guy were outside of the Comedy Store, and they were too young to go in. But Chappelle called him in and they like crushed. And, he all of a sudden he just, I don't know if it fast tracked him, but, he just found his way and became this amazing comedian, it was a writer for plenty of shows and was on a few shows. But you just never know what's going through, somebody's, what they're dealing with. And man, I just, I may not like always answer the phone, but leave a message if you need me, man, or send me a text, and I'll do my best to get back to you.
I was going to last week, but you didn't show up on the podcast.
Sorry.
Shout out to Emeretta who said, "Oh man, he's back." Like they listed all the stuff he was doing currently, like shows he was starring in and shows he was writing in and all this. Like from the outside, anybody would be like, "Man, he's made it. He's doing it." And so, yeah, just like you said, you never know what's going on with someone internally. Yeah. So, just like Manny said, if anybody's ever feeling down or having problems, call Manny. All right, Tyler, did you know Jack?
I didn't know him, so I feel like I can't make fun of him too much.
No, I'm trying to make fun of him. Jeez. No, he was a really nice.
You guys go ahead and roast him. Let's hear some roast jokes.
Jesus.
No, he was. I was about to say he was a really nice kid, which is fucking crazy saying he was 28. But
yeah, man.
Yeah,
I guess I can say that now that I'm fucking so old. All right, let's. But shout out to Jack. Rest in peace, Jack, or in paradise, as they say.
There you go.
And Stephen Moody just joined. All right. Excuse me. Okay, so did you guys see the story about the trans woman who went to jail or was in jail and impregnated 2 inmates?
Whoa.
How
could she do that if she's a woman?
I don't even have a PC comment for that. I don't even know how to fix that if there is a way.
So
wait, so break this down. So
I would love to, Manulus.
Yes.
And you be ready.
Okay, I'm on deck.
Let me bring up the article again. Yeah, so this prisoner identifies this is in New Jersey, and a transgender inmate who impregnated 2 women while incarcerated at Edna Mahan Correctional Facility for Women has been moved to a new facility, according to the Department of Corrections. Little late, but that's cool. Demi Minor, that's I guess the lady's name, the trans woman's name. 27, was transferred to Garden State Youth Correctional Facility, a prison for young adult offenders. Great. Yeah. He said the DOC moved Minor to the vulnerable unit at the facility and that she is currently the only woman prisoner on the site. I'm just trying to see if they
Is she the only prisoner on the site, or do they just like, you know what, you keep impregnating the girls, you're gonna go with the boys now?
I mean, what do you do? I mean,
a new prison for her.
Man, yeah, that's I mean, that's such a tough one for me. It's like, I don't even know what's politically correct anymore. I'm not even gonna touch that one.
Did you guys see the Republican senator who was talking to that professor from Berkeley who was like addressing Congress on the whole road?
Oh yeah, I saw that.
He was like, "Sorry, could you explain your language here? You keep saying people who have the capacity for pregnancy. Are you talking about women?" And then she just like goes on this huge rant about how he's like transphobic and inciting violence because he is like
I'm doing violence.
Yeah,
Josh, in all fairness, Josh Hawley is an asshole. He was all about the
No, dude, I totally agree. I think that is an asshole talking to somebody who is like super sensitive, and it is just like, this is what our politics have been boiled down to: is an asshole and this pussy. No offense to this chick, but she was a total pussy. It was like, just stay on track. He's trying to get you to fucking sway. He's trying to incite an emotional response out of you because he wants to discredit you, and that's exactly what happened. Now it's like, I don't know. I feel like there's a. Do you disagree at all?
No.
No.
I'm with you. I mean, it's just, it's so tough to know what the right thing to say anymore is, and it's just like, I don't know all the, pronouns and everything else, and the capacity for who can get pregnant and who can't. I'm still trying to wrap my mind around. So it must have been a man who transitioned to a woman who went to jail, and then I don't know.
No, you were saying the pronouns. I'm just laughing. Like when you first transition, are they pro-am nouns?
We here on the HollingsWorthless podcast would just like to say that we are a comedy show first and foremost, so please forgive any type of insensitivities that may come across as offensive to you. Just know that we are doing it lightheartedly and that we love you and keep fighting the good
They're
fight.
minor league nouns. not pro yet. Shout
Hey,
out
I'm gonna
Sanders
reload
and
my
Charmaine.
page real quick.
What?
Just-
Amarettas?
No.
Sipping on amarettas here? Look at we could get canceled now. There's no PC Annie.
We got no parachute here in
Yeah.
our hot topic. But anyways, let's keep talking about these.
These what? You missed it, Manny.
What did he say?
Tyler goes, we have no parachute now, but let's keep talking about these. Yes,
Okay,
go
yeah.
on.
So you see how my camera looks better already, right? It's
Yeah,
like I
Oh,
your
was
place
wow.
looks
edit
great.
it.
Was the cleaning lady there today?
Yeah, I had to, make sure that she cleaned it. If you don't clean that shit up, sorry.
White cleaning lady, right?
Yeah, exactly. I would never
Reparations, I
talk to
get it.
anybody else like that.
Yeah, exactly. About the Congress thing, dude. It's I feel like they're both dipshits. Like
Yeah.
like you said, the guy's obviously trying to bait her, but
Mhm.
then I mean, everybody's so quick to like throw out the like call you something or accuse you of something.
Right.
You're being, what was it, transphobic? And he's like,
Yeah.
for asking what's a woman? Like
Yeah.
it's just, dude, it's
That's the thing. It's like both sides have just gone like so far the opposite direction, and nobody's like in the middle anymore. I think Chris Rodriguez got into it with Josh Chambers last night online, which are two comics. One, they both got their start in Seattle. The one is still in Seattle. The other one's over in North
Does
Carolina.
Chris
But
still do comedy or no?
yeah,
Neither
he's
of them do comedy.
yeah. I don't know if Josh does, but yeah, I guess it fell into something where Chris said if you go by Latinx, that's like the Taco Bell of like Mexican or something like that, and then Josh came back at him and was like, that's offensive to like trans women and stuff. And he was like, what the fuck are you talking about? So I wish I understood it. Like, I don't even want to touch anything. I'm not liking anybody's comments anymore. I don't even really fuck with Facebook anymore. I'm just like,
Yeah, that's the only way you can not get canceled is just delete all social media. Don't
Exactly.
respond to anything. Fucking
yeah. I just do my
Sanders-
PC Manny's on Jay's daily videos from time to time.
Yeah, it's just there for me, so I don't get canceled. What was the one that you did it on? It was the
the girl whose name was the N-word.
Oh yeah, dude, that's fucking crazy. Sanders asked about the trans inmate. How the hell did he/she? Sanders. She
They.
identifies as a lady.
Yeah, there you go.
Don't get
She.
fucking
Yeah.
canceled. I don't even know if I can say lady. Is it woman?
I don't even
Fucking
know.
Jesus. Anyways, how did she get passed to even be placed in a female prison? Because she identifies as a woman. She has a very feminine penis, I believe. I don't know, but
Just a
it
giant.
still works. And she got
Uh.
2 women pregnant, and the 2 other same, just like her women, got pregnant.
Doesn't that just remind you of like one of those like Showtime movies where it's like
It reminds me of a Chappelle skit.
for me it reminds me of like those Showtime After Dark or like Cinemax After Dark movies like Caged Heat, where they're all in some prison and then people are just like, the guards are all weird and shit. I don't know. This is 90s softcore porn.
It's weird though. Like, where would it is like? I feel weird just suggesting that there should be a third or alternative prison, because it's like, what are you gonna do with somebody that is in that situation if they're like,
Yeah.
Because if you throw a trans woman into a male prison, like, she's not gonna have. I mean, she might
gonna
have a
be
great
top
time,
dog.
but she's not gonna have a good time. Like,
Yeah.
there's gonna
Yeah,
be something
it's-
going on. There's gonna be
so-
a lot of
so-
attempted pregnancies, I imagine.
Yeah. So I think that you're right. I think there actually need to be 4 prisons, if you will. So follow me here.
Oh, here we go.
So
Or-
I'm probably gonna
How
get
about
canceled.
this?
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
0 prisons.
Oh,
woke.
even better.
Fucking woke Smith.
We need to be rehabilitating people. That's exactly what we need to do. We don't need
Mhm.
jails. But I was with Seductive Turtle on that one.
His- Tyler's name is Woke Rainbow.
So what I was thinking of is like, so if you're gonna do 4 prisons, you do one that's all male, right? You do one that's all female, and then you do one that's transitioned to male, and then one that's transitioned to female, so that you meet all the needs.
What if I'm non-binary?
and then a fifth one for non-binary.
What if I'm a Zerix or whatever the fuck?
Then a sixth one for just that's the tough thing, because it's like you can't. I do think that you need to look at biological, like what you have on you on
like a penis.
Yeah, exactly, because sexual assault is real.
Hey, what you packing there, son?
But you know what I mean? I guess when you think about it, like sexual assaults happen all the time in prison, male on male. I'm sure female on female. So, but I mean, when you start adding pregnancy into it, and then it's like, man, I can't even get out of jail for this mismortion.
Yeah, I can't even allowed to have one.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
we have kids born in prison.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. And then it's like certain parties don't even want to support the kids, so then it's like, who's raising them? So it's like there's no welfare to take care of.
Correctional officers, I guess, is you slipped up and this one got pregnant, so now it's your kid. All right,
that's crazy, man. It's such a that's a crazy scenario, man. That's wild. And then when you think about it, both parents are in prison. So like, who's gonna raise it? I mean, maybe a grandparent, or I don't know.
Sanders, she was trying to run through the whole South Yard. Sounds like she already went south a couple times.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah, dude, I mean, maybe the 3 prisons where identify as male, identify as female, and then if you're trans, I don't fucking know. I don't know, dude. That's
tough. Yeah.
But the other thing too, I wonder if trans people are like, see, this person's fucking it up for all of us, because now it's like, oh, this is what they all gonna think.
Right. I mean, I guess what was the deciding factor to put them in that jail? I was like, was it, I identify as this, or I actually have a penis? You know what I mean? Like.
And I saw a picture of the lovely lady.
Yeah.
And
was she lovely?
I mean,
eye is in the beauty of
yeah,
beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah. I think was it beholden some inmates? I'm trying to see if I can find oh yeah, here we go.
The picture of
yes, of the lovely lady. Dude, I'm not saying anything. I'm just showing a picture.
That was like, is that Iman Shumpert from former Cavalier?
Fucking yeah,
oh God.
Dude.
I'm not saying. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, dude. I mean, can we talk about it? Yeah, dude. I mean, I didn't create the story, so we're just talking about it. Fuck it. We should be able to talk about anything.
I love the seductive turtle said, "Lovely lady."
Yeah. Emphasis on that D for lady. Am I right? Laughing was she ugly?
That
Manny, don't
smart...
tell that lie.
Yeah.
Have they made a movie about like anybody who's trying to get into a lady prison? Any men trying to get into a lady prison?
Wait, say that one more time.
Have they ever made a movie like that?
There was a sitcom.
I feel like this is like a
that
sitcom.
it wasn't a prison, but bosom buddies. Tom Hanks. Yeah, this is before your time, probably, Tyler.
I have no idea.
Bosom buddies.
Who's Tom Hanks.
But they wanted to. They couldn't find a place to live, but they found a really cheap place to rent. But it was a women's only like complex. So they dressed as women. Tom Hanks and another dude, and then the theme song was Billy Joel's "This Is My Life."
Oh, you know what movie had the best like theme song? Was remember
movie?
Sorry, best movie was what was the Billy Crystal movie with what's his name? Gregory Hines, where it was like, "Shine, sweet free."
Oh yeah,
shine a light on me.
Was that something Express or
no, Michael McDonald? I can't remember. I think it was Running Scared or something. I don't know.
Charmaine remembers. Bosom Buddies was great. And yeah, Bosom Buddies, such a great play on words. Bosom Buddies. But when we were talking about having different prisons for somebody that doesn't identify, or maybe they're transitioning, or they're transgender or whatever. Yes, Running Scared. Yes. What that brings up sports. I think there should be a category for trans athletes.
I agree. I think that there needs to be like born male, born female, and then everybody else who wants to compete. You know what I mean? If you
just put one, lump them all together.
Yeah, no, I mean if because I'm just being like real. I don't know if it's fair in my mind, and I'm not right, on everything, but I don't think it's fair for that NCAA athlete who's just blowing women out of the water right now. And I'm not saying she's not a woman. I'm saying that she just has, in my opinion, more muscle. Lia Thomas.
Say her name.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I think that Lia Thomas has an unfair advantage. And, like at some point, it's like you're just blowing out some of these records. And I don't know if that's necessarily fair, but, I also haven't researched everything. I don't have all the answers. Keep fighting the good fight.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're very PC in that ending. I'll say I think well, and let's be real. It's all men transitioning to women that are breaking records. I don't know. I haven't heard one instance of a woman transitioning to a man competing in men's sports that's breaking records.
Exactly.
Have you heard of anything? I mean, not in MMA, not in NBA.
Well, you remember they had the mixed MMA fights where
that was a guy that transitioned to a woman, and she was beating the shit out of women.
Yeah, well, they actually had, I think it was in Russia, if I'm not mistaken, but it was like there were skinnier males, fighting against certain women, and it was just like they have some crazy fights out there where it's like they actually have battle royals where like three people are fighting at a time, and I'm like, dude, once you go to the ground, somebody could kick you in the face. That's not fair.
Yeah. And BS Jeffrey brought this up. We had talked about it in the chat. Lia Thomas, yes, she was nominated for Woman Athlete of the Year. And I mean, I'm not a woman, but I would be like, what?
Yeah.
I'd be like, the University of Pennsylvania athlete shot to fame earlier this year when she became the first transgender NCAA champion in Division I history. The University of Pennsylvania has nominated Lia Thomas for 2022 NCAA Woman of the Year award. The American College Sports Regulating Body said, and I'm like, dude, I just like, how would, as a woman athlete or a female athlete, as a fellow female athlete, just like Lia Thomas, I just wonder how they would feel. I don't know. Like I said, I think I mean it's just men going into women's sports,
right?
Or men transitioning to women. You don't hear,
or
you don't.
There is one. I just looked up. There is a Patricio Manuel, a trans man who is winning in boxing.
So
so he transitioned from woman to man.
Mm-hmm.
And what's his record?
I don't know. It just says he won his one fight.
Wait,
one
he
win,
says,
baby.
Okay. Now the other option is you just say, okay, you know what? We're not going to have any men's sports, women's sports, whatever trans. We're just going to have one league, and you got to be good enough to get into it. And then what's going to happen?
Right.
I mean, the WNBA, I think, loses $10 million a year every year.
Really? Just based on just statistically.
Yeah, like,
wow.
Dude, I think the NBA basically keeps them afloat, but I don't think they've ever made money, since they've come into existence. But
I just wonder what that is. Is it like, I mean, from an entertainment standpoint, how do you get more butts and seats? And I mean, that's really what it is, right?
You just got to have a more entertaining program.
Yeah,
and
that's true. And
audiences decide what they're entertained by, like the Kardashians. Bill Burr talks about this in his special. I'm like quoting him exactly, but he's like, the Kardashians are billionaires because
right.
women decided that that's what they wanted to watch.
True.
And nobody gives a fuck about the WNBA. He's like, what do I gotta fucking watch it? So I gotta stop the murder for coming in the house. I gotta be the last one on the lifeboat, and I gotta sit here and watch women playing basketball. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I mean, that's like,
makes sense.
Yeah, I'm with you. So wait, I wanted to go back up to Charmaine's comment. She said, I do think some of the sports arguments do have some fair points.
In what sense, Charmaine?
Yeah. If you can follow that up,
please.
Yeah.
And Seductive Turtle, aka ABS Jeffrey, said 16 of her teammates, Lia Thomas, originally sent an anonymous letter of protest.
Yeah, I mean, I just think about it, and it's like that. Okay, let's just do a comparison. Let's say I'm in, the 150-pound weight division, but all of a sudden Jay is like, oh, like I weigh 200 pounds, and I'm just going
Thank you,
to,
Manny. Thank you so much.
and I'm
Jesus.
and
Fucking, I think I'd be dead.
and then all of a sudden, like Jay's like, you're not gonna fat shame me at 200. Like I deserve to be a 150 fighter, and then all of a sudden you just let me go against Jay. That's like not a fair fight whatsoever. He bodied me up. You know what I mean? Like my only hope is to like keep distance and throw punches, but weight does matter in sports. Size matters in sports. Like, do you remember Michael Jai White?
Oh yeah,
he said he would kill Bruce Lee in a fight, and it's true. Yeah. He's 6 foot something, like all muscle. Bruce Lee was what, like 5'7", 5'7", you know what I mean? And as great of a fighter as he was, it's like, what are you gonna do? So okay, so back to Charmaine's point. What did Charmaine say? She said, I agree that there can be an unfair advantage for trans women in women's sports. Yeah, and I don't know if it's fair to, like we all start off, I would say, at this kind of the same level, where it is, like you have the boys and the girls playing together for soccer, but then eventually as time goes on, you start to see that separation, and it's only fair to keep that. I mean, men, we have, what is it? Strong, like more bone density and muscles, or so
bigger penis
in some cases.
Ultimately I just want fairness for all sides, and if it were a trans league, I mean, why not?
Yeah, and dude, the thing about how do you get people to watch the WNBA more? I look at it the same way. I don't watch college sports really. Because there's the NFL, there's the NBA. I want to watch the best athletes, the best of the best, and that's where you get it. People will always like, oh, college, they play for the love. It's still,
it's dumb.
There's so many of those college players that aren't going to go pro. I want to watch the best. And if you're like, oh, they do it for the love, why don't you watch high school then? Just watch high school sports. No, you fucking.
I think it's genius that they have allowed the college athlete to make money, because there were these older men making billions off of these kids, and it's like some of these kids are living out of their cars, don't have food, their moms and their dads are suffering, like in these small you know what I mean, like housing situations. So that was my advice how to make it popular, but that was just
your text.
Yeah.
You want to share it?
No.
You motherfucker. I was about to call you out.
I don't think they should pay college athletes.
Why not?
I don't know. I think it's like, so the money that's being raised from those games should just go right back to all the student body and just pay for everybody's tuition, instead of just making few kids rich. And then it just feels like we're celebrating and only like pushing forward like athleticism,
But let me ask you this: if Tyler Smith, the athlete, is bringing in, let's say $1 billion because of his likeness to a school, and there's all these people getting paid for it, do you feel like you shouldn't get paid? Billions.
They're using your likeness in video games,
and
clothing, promotional material. Your jersey is being sold.
You're on commercials.
Yeah. That's a little excessive. I feel like they shouldn't do that. Maybe they shouldn't do any of that. Let's just get rid of college basketball altogether.
And then you solve the whole transgenders in sports.
There we go.
Just get rid of sports.
Just do it down with sports.
Tyler with the fucking wild take.
I just pick up the ball and like, this is mine, and I just walk home.
Dude. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if obviously we're not going to solve anything with our discussion on it, but it seems
I would love to. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, as somebody that played sports, in high school and college, I feel bad for the women athletes. And like BS Jeffrey said, her own Lia Thomas's own teammates, where did he say 16 of her teammates sent an anonymous letter of protest?
Yeah.
So I mean, not everybody. You know what sucks is 16 people on a swim team. That might be the whole team. I don't know. I don't know how many people are on a swim team, but it sucks that it has to be sent anonymous when you're like, oh, pretty much the whole team.
That
but
would be really funny if there's like 17 people.
Yeah, dude, exactly. Now I'm curious. I'm gonna fucking look it up. But
so just for a point of reference, I started school early, right? I started first grade.
Look at me, I'm so smart.
Whatever. I didn't finish smart, but I just wanted to say, like, so there was such a unfairness my senior year going into basketball, where I was playing basically against grown men. You know what I mean? I'm like, I just turned 17, and so basically I was 16, and all my buddies were like 18, 19 at the time. So it's like, dude, you haven't matured physically, and it's almost like the equivalent. It's like I couldn't keep up. Like, I'm getting bodied in the paint all the time, so I had to have an outside game. So there really are things that matter when it comes to sports. But anyways, I digress.
No, dude. And I looked it up. They say on average there's 29 swimmers on a team.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So 28 of her teammates, 16.
Yeah, more than half.
Yeah.
I'm not very good with math.
No, you got it. You're good.
80%.
You got it. Yeah, you're like 100%. Cool. Oh, dude, I haven't had this segment for a while. A no fucking way story.
Ooh,
let's hear it. Way.
Yeah, do we have a no fucking way? I don't know.
Yeah. No, it needs to be something with like Boston in it. You know what I mean? With like
no fucking way.
Yeah, I went about my day. It was so fucked up. No fucking way, or something like that.
There you go. Fucking tell Sean to cut that.
Beautiful.
Have you guys heard about the story of? Let me get his name here. Of his name was James Verone.
Okay.
The man that robbed a bank for $1.
Ooh.
Do you know about this story?
No, please fill me in.
Sure. So James Verone, he had lost his job, and he was 59 years old, and he was afraid that he had pancreatic cancer. He said the 6 places that I went to get taken care of, I could not get anyone to take care of me. So Verone, a retired delivery driver, couldn't get health care. His slew of ailments left him unable to work. His savings were gone, and in his mind, his only chance for free health care would have to come from behind bars.
Wow.
Everything that they did for me was specific and well understood, but only to the limit that they can do things, said Verone. His plan was to stay in jail until he turned 62 and then receive Social Security benefits.
Wow.
And so what he did is he went into a bank, gave the teller a note that said, "This is a robbery. Please only give me $1." And she gave him $1. And then he said, "I'll sit over there." He was like, "I want to be very nice." He goes, "I'll sit over there in the lobby. I'll be sitting right there when the police get here." So he did that, and he fucking went to jail. And luckily he didn't have cancer, but he got all his other health problems fixed. And when he went to when the judge, they were going to charge him with something initially, like just larceny or whatever.
Yeah.
Because it was only $1. And he told the judge, he was like, "If you don't send me to jail, I'm just going to do this again for more money, whatever I need to, so that I can go to jail and get my health care."
Wow.
So fucking,
isn't that wow? That is insane.
$1.
$1.
It's so sad that that's our healthcare right there.
Isn't that? I mean, like, damn, we'll pay for like inmates, no problem. But everybody else, hey, best of luck, bud. That's crazy to me. Did I ever tell you about the story that I was involved in with a robbery?
Oh shit, no.
Yeah.
Oh.
So when I used
Is this
to work...
the rape thing?
No.
Okay, please do the PC.
We just want to say here on the HollingsWorthless.
Where are you going, Tyler?
That there was never any rape thing that happened at the bank, first off. Secondly, if you are being sexually assaulted...
with those rates. Raping you with them rates.
Very true. We also want to say here on the HollingsWorthless podcast that it is never okay to compare anything to rape because we have not been through it.
What about sexual assault?
Yeah, there we go. Just only that thing. But keep fighting the good fight. So back in the day, this is way before COVID. This is like 2008 when I worked for Bank of America. This guy I was in the drive up. I was actually supposed to be in the window that got robbed. This guy comes in with a fisherman hat on, and then he had the
wait. Oh, fisherman hat. Okay,
fisherman's
gotcha.
hat,
I'm with you. Gotcha.
sunglasses, and like a mask. You know what I mean? Or actually, no sunglasses and just one of those like surgical masks because he was pretending like he was sick, right? Dude walks up to my friend Haley, who is in the window, passes her a note, says, "Give me all the hundreds and fifties." Right? She freaks the fuck out. Gives him exactly $150 and he ran. It was crazy, man. And yeah, we didn't have to work the rest of the day. It was wild, man.
That's hilarious though. That she was like, here's 100, 150. That's
because she read it. Right? Yeah, she read it wrong. She was just like, damn. So
that guy's not robbing for a whole lot.
Yeah, it was crazy. But I mean, like that. Oh, sorry. Let's take us out of the segment. I was out just trying to go about my day. This shit happened. No fucking way. Okay.
I love it. Manny is in charge of all the musical intros, and it's not because of like a black thing. I'm just saying that.
do. But
Jesus Christ! Oh my God!
WB. Oh my God! But dude. But yeah, man, it's sad that healthcare has gotten to that point where it's like, man, you got to go to jail just to like get all your health care taken care of, man, and then hope for the best with your finances.
Somebody should have told him about Canada.
Yeah, shit, dude.
I just go become Canadian, bro.
Yeah, well, he was like he said in the thing, his plan was to stay in there until he got his Social Security and just come out. Clean bill of health and just live off of Social Security.
That'd be funny if like felons don't collect Social Security. Like he like overlooked that one thing. There's like, oh, now you're a felon, bro. We can't help you. So you gotta spend the rest of your life in jail if you want health care.
Sanders said, Manny, what the fuck was that? What these white folks got you doing? I didn't fucking tell you to do that. Don't you put that on us, Sanders.
Hey.
Oh man,
70th indigenous.
Well, you know what? I want to follow up that jail story and you know, talk about how we are all like, you know, relying on other things. Like, did anybody play the lotto today? Because it was 555 million.
Yeah, the Mega Millions.
Yeah,
did it draw yet? Because
no, it's drawn tonight, so you have till 7:45 to go buy a ticket.
I have my ticket on the fridge.
There you go.
I scanned it this morning.
Tyler, wasn't it like what 2 months ago that you were like, I don't play the lotto?
I don't, man. I dumped like $1,000 on lotto tickets. I feel
it's
like
all Manny's fault.
It is, man.
He's like, what would you do with it, man?
But
anything's possible. I had a dream, and my aunt talked to me in my dream, and my aunt, her toe was hurting when it was raining, and she got these numbers sent to her.
Yo, I literally just go on YouTube. There are people who've had dreams about like winning. And I don't know. I mean, like shit. But what would you do if you had 316 or would you take? Okay, go ahead. You tell.
No, I was going to say, I've always said, like, if by some miracle I was to win the lottery, I would do an interview and I literally would do this just to be an asshole. I always said I would be like, yeah, it's crazy. This is the first time I've ever played the lottery. I just did random numbers. I let the guy pick. It's crazy how it works out like that. And I used to, when I had a day job, I used to say, I would keep my day job for like a month just to annoy the fuck out of everybody. Like, why the fuck are you here? Be like, I just like working, man.
God.
I'm just a worker, you know. It doesn't matter. It wasn't about the money for me, you guys.
I hate when people say that shit in interviews. You know, though, like that's the thing, though. I don't know if you'd ever want to tell. You shouldn't tell anybody if you win that kind of money, just because it's like, you know, you don't want to get kidnapped. You don't want your loved ones getting kidnapped. You know, so.
I think like the first thing I would just hire a lawyer. It'd be like so boring.
It would be, I mean, hire a lawyer, hire a financial consultant because there's other tax loops that you could probably get to like keep more money. Who knows?
We only got a little bit of time left.
Yeah.
Did I talk about or did we talk about last week the DB Cooper documentary? Okay.
No,
you see the guy who stole the money?
So that's his name is Dan Cooper or what? You know, that's the alias he went by. It's on Netflix, but here's what's fucking nuts. I think it's on Netflix. And I've seen a lot of DB Cooper. So quick recap, 1971, a guy flight from Portland to Seattle. signed his name as Dan Cooper, said his name was Dan Cooper. On the plane, he gives the stewardess a note that said, sit down next to me, and he opens his bag or his briefcase, and he says, I have a bomb, shows her the bomb, supposedly. Lands in Seattle. They didn't tell any of the people on the plane. So when the people are getting off the plane, they were like, I don't know why we were up there so long. And they were like, oh, your plane was hijacked. And they were like, what the fuck? So he said he requested $200,000, which was the equivalent of $1 million back then, and 4 parachutes, which they said was smart, because if he said, I just want 1 parachute, they'd have just fucking filled it with rocks, right?
Right.
But they were afraid he was going to take hostages. So he requested 4 parachutes, $200,000. The plane takes off from Seattle, and at some point he parachutes out of the plane. Doesn't, and it's still unsolved since 71, so 50 years, right? I'm watching the documentary, and this is and they bring up some theories I hadn't heard before, and they may think they got the guy. You have to watch it, but this was crazy. I'm watching it, and one of the interviewers or reporters, he goes, yeah, I'm gonna go interview this guy that was friends with one of these people we think might have been him. His name's Pudgy. And he goes, yeah, anytime I heard the name Pudgy, it was usually a guy that had like a gun. So as I'm watching this, I'm watching with my buddy Justin, and I say to Justin, I go, holy shit, my dad has a buddy named Pudgy, and this is all filmed in Portland, Oregon. Yeah. Next thing I know, they show Pudgy, who is my dad's friend, and I was like,
holy
fuck.
shit.
And he's walking into the East Bank Saloon, which is my dad's hangout all the time.
Yeah, that's his bar.
And I was like, holy shit, dude, that's fucking Pudgy. So yeah, maybe my dad's DB Cooper. I don't know.
Wouldn't that be insane? Holy shit, man. I think he's too tall,
and
though.
He didn't share with you.
Yeah. Well, they say like everybody loves this Dan Cooper story. And the reason they call him DB is, I guess, a reporter misheard Dan and called it DB Cooper, but DB Cooper just sounded cooler than Dan, so they just call him Dan. But everybody loves it because nobody got hurt. This guy got away with $200,000 and never found. Yeah.
I went to high school with DB Tuber, another bank robber. Have you heard of him?
You're bullshitting.
No, so he was called DB Tuber because he organizes really like thought out robbery. What he did was he dressed up like a painter, so he had like full painter overalls and a painter mask,
right? And
he put out a Craigslist ad saying like $45 an hour painting job. Just show up to the Fred Meyer parking lot dressed as a painter, and we'll pick you up. And like I guess like 40 or 50 people showed up dressed up like a painter. And he knew that was going to happen. And when that happened, it was right when this armed car was coming through, and he like robbed them at gunpoint, then ran into the crowd of painters, like disappeared into them. And then like, I guess his escape route was he hopped on an inner tube and floated down the river.
Wow.
Dude, I am going to piss myself, and we have to wrap it up.
Yeah. So anyways,
I want to hear more about this though next week.
Yeah. To be continued.
Do you have anything you're plugging, Manny?
Nope.
Tyler? I gotta piss. Okay, I'm at the cellar tonight. Next week, next or this weekend, I'm at Laughs Unlimited Sacramento. Okay, I love you all. Bye.